Hey, how you guys doing? I hope you are well. Welcome to the stream. I'm getting my voice back. I had to skip last night's stream because the voice was getting weak. So let me know that you can hear me okay. Everything is cool, sound-wise. First of all, I want to know, Skyser teased us and said he had good news. What's the news? Did you land the job? All right, let's go. We gotta know what's going on here. You got me curious. Let us know. But I'm going to answer one question before we get into that. In your opinion, what do you find more valuable? Graduating college with a CS degree or 4 or 5 years experience? Experience trumps all. Experience is the most important. Doesn't hurt having a degree, but over time, degrees are becoming slowly less valuable. So, yeah, experience is always more important. That's for sure. Johnny is giving me the thumbs. What is the meaning of life? The meaning of life is to develop yourself, have fun, and help others. There you go. Tuning in from London, UK. Hey, welcome to the show. By the way, everybody, usual ritual, say tuning in from London, UK, tuning in from, I don't know, Berlin, Germany, tuning in from Ghana, etc., etc., etc. I'm always curious to know where everybody is from. Oh, by the way, hit the thumbs button if you will. It tells the Google algorithm that this is a good stream. There are no dumb questions. It's only dumb not to ask questions. Is your daughter? Okay. Okay. Hello from Vancouver. When will you be turning 170? I stopped the clock at 169. I'm permanently 169. Good news, I found my first programming job since I last watched your stream with PHP and Magento 2. Hey, congratulations. But wait a second, there's no jobs in PHP. No jobs. Congratulations. Good job, man. That's why we have this stuff. What would be the easiest way to incorporate C++ logic on a web page for algorithm visualization project? I would create your C++ objects, and then I would access them through a bridge with Python, and then or PHP for that matter, and then display them on the page that way. There's no, I guess in the old days we used to do we used to do CGI. I don't know if it was C++ or C, but that's how you do it. You would access the C++ libraries with a web-enabled language. That's your answer. Tell me, guys, how's the sound? I'm using a different mic here. I'm using this one here. It captures less room noise, and I actually have a backup mic right down here. Okay. Stefan, my wife said I was immature, so I told her to get out of my fort. That's good. That's funny. I like that. That's good. I give that joke a 9 on 10. Good joke. I got offered an invitation to try for a job as a full stack dev. Hey, congrats. I'm not the strongest dev, and this job required 4 years experience. Should I go ahead with the interview? Yes, go ahead. Better to have tried and failed than never to have tried at all. Bone up. I don't know how much time you have, but go write some web stack code that they're using. Make sure if they're using Python Django, check that out. If they're using PHP Laravel, check that out, etc. And just go in there and see what happens. And if they say, you're not a good candidate, ask why. Why you want to do that? Because you got to learn. So yeah, go for it, man. Let us know how it goes when you come back. Yes, loud and clear. Sounds good. Cool. Good. Hey, Stefan, sound is all good. Do you guys actually hear a difference between, I don't know, the regular people on the stream, do you hear a difference between this sound and the other mic? Does it make a difference? Do you care? I don't know. Let me know. I'm always trying to up my game a little bit to help you guys out. Now, these are old mics, by the way. I've had these mics for like 15 years. So I figured I'd try them out. What's going on? Can you help me land can you help me? I got a job as a PHP backend developer, but only have 2 months experience. But wait a second, there's no jobs. There's no jobs in PHP. What should I focus on? I would, and what will my job be? They use React for front end, and so I will write APIs. So figure out how they communicate with React, probably JSON objects, and then work on the PHP, working on connecting to a database and creating these objects in which they use to push up to the React layer. That's what I would do. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, find out how they communicate between PHP and React, and then work on that specifically on your own time. Even if you have to spend 5 hours, 4 hours a night doing it, so you get up to speed quickly. Put in that extra effort so the rest of the job becomes a glide path for you. All right? All right. There's a YouTuber claiming you can learn PHP HTML forms and make a living off it selling just that service. Sounds kind of dubious. Wonder if you ever heard of Forms Freelancer. It seems very specialized. Perhaps that level of skill, not necessarily that specific skill, but that level of skill, being able to process forms, doing CRUD and so forth, is a lot of development. It's a lot of development, by the way. A lot of development. It's a big part of it. Because at the end of the day, many web apps, or the majority of web apps, I would argue, is just doing that. Taking in people's information that they write into forms, massaging it, meaning cleaning it, and then putting it into a database, and then spitting it back out and creating reports. That's basically what, that's what all these social networks are, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that specific skill, no, but that level of ability that skill will give you, or will represent rather, is reasonable. But if you want to learn PHP, you should just take my courses, because you'll be off and running quickly. Do you invest in cryptocurrency? I did. And I made a mistake of selling out for a profit just before the crash. I thought I was the bee's knees because I sold out before the whole crash happened, but and it wasn't much. And but of course, it's since got up. But I'm getting involved in crypto in another way. Yeah, another type of crypto investment. I'm not going to get into now. Hello from Poland. Hey, thanks for coming to the stream. Hey, nice to see you. From Tunisia. Hey, very cool. I love the international audience. It's great. Okay. I am bipolar and can't focus on coding even with medical. I love it so much though. So what you got to do, Jalal Mitali. So what you got to do is you got to use the 20-minute rule. The 20-minute rule is very simple. You do 20 minutes of coding a day, 4 days a week. Just 20 minutes. So that you can, I'm sure you can develop an ability to be able to focus for 20 minutes. If you can't focus for 20 minutes, focus for 5 minutes. Focus for 10 minutes. You don't have to do my course, but Studioweb is literally designed that way. You sit down, you got one video, it could be 3 to 6 minutes. That's at normal speed. You can speed it up. You do the video, you answer the quizzing, do the code challenge, and then you're done. If you do that every day, two things are going to happen. You're going to learn how to code, and second, you're going to build that ability to have focus. Focus is just a skill set. It's just a lizard brain training thing. That's all it is at the end of the day. So you just got to train it. You just got to train it. So it is doable. You could train yourself to have more focus. So don't give up. Just do a little bit every day. What do they say? The journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. So just do that one step. If you do it every day, you're going to start slowly making progress. And next thing you know, you'll see everything will get better and better and better and better and better. Trust me. I'm 169 years old. I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, let's go on. Have you ever used Symfony framework for PHP? I have not. We use for Studioweb. Let me show you Studioweb. Where is it? There's my emojis. We use for Studioweb, which is my SaaS training software. We use PHP Laravel with a Vue front end. All right. Omiros Pavlou says, I am almost 30 with a CS degree, but almost zero knowledge, trying to relearn coding. Is there any hope? Tons of hope. A lot of CS degrees, not so good, unfortunately. I've actually had students tell me, with no prior coding ability whatsoever, no degree, come in, do my Studioweb training, and within 2 months, beat out people with CS degrees and getting jobs as developers. So, no, just, again, do the 20-minute a day thing, whether it be with my Studioweb courses, all the links are below, or something else. Just do a little bit every day and you'll learn. It should come to you, I would imagine, if you pass your CS degree. So don't worry about it. Tuning in from Latvia, hey, that's very cool. Winnipeg, hey, fellow Canuck, fellow Canadian. Tuning in from Jupiter, there you go. Montreal, that's it. Remind me, I got to go to Schwartz's. I haven't been to Schwartz's in a while. Schwartz's is a famous restaurant in Montreal. Tuning in from South Wales, United Kingdom. Hey, very cool. Thanks for coming in. Yannick, another Montrealer. Wow. Hello from Somalia, the best country in the world. That's cool. Somali women are beautiful, actually. Just dropping a like because you're the GOAT. There we go. Thanks, appreciate that. Kia ora from New Zealand. Very good. The land of hobbits. Caribbean, well done, very good. I'm working on an app using Django REST framework as backend and React Native as front end. Any advice will be very welcome. I don't know, what kind of advice? General programming advice is get your MVP, your minimum viable product, out the door as quickly as possible. Even if the code is dirty, messy, just get it out quick, get it working so you can get people using it. And then from there, you can double back and start refactoring the code, start cleaning up the code. So there you go. That's my general advice. And try to keep your code simple, though. Hi, sir, from Pakistan. Hey, thanks for joining the stream. I have a question. What will you suggest, PHP Laravel versus Node.js for backend? Depends on the project. I'm biased towards PHP because I find that the PHP architecture, if you will, is cleaner. But I haven't looked at Node, in all honesty, in a couple of years, so I couldn't say. They're both good choices. They're both good choices. I would maybe spend 1 week working with PHP Laravel, see how you like it, and then 1 week with Node.js with maybe Express, see how you like it, and then make your choice based on that. But you can't go wrong with either one. Hello from Colombia. Hey, how are you? I was in Colombia. I stepped in Colombia on the Rio Putumayo. What do you suggest to do when your job starts to be boring? Maybe you could start looking for another job, start slowly looking around, or maybe see if there's any other job opportunities within your organization. That might be a thing. Maybe look at starting your own business, you know? And somebody gave me a thumbs, I appreciate it. Yeah, if you like the stream, guys, give me a thumbs up. It's good for the Google algorithms. Hello, hello. Tuning in from República de Panama. Very cool. You got nice frogs in Panama, the poison arrow frogs there. Hello from Montreal. Hey, Stefan. You think there are many jobs here for junior devs? I don't know, dude. In all honesty, I haven't looked at what the Ruby job situation is in Montreal. I couldn't say for sure. Let me turn this down. All right. It's getting a little too bright there. Teeny bit of a hum, really. That's interesting. What framework should I learn after learn HTML CSS? I'll tell you what I teach. I teach HTML, CSS, JavaScript, then I jump into PHP. Then from there, you choose a framework, or maybe you go into learn Python. Depends on what your goals are. Look around at local job opportunities, though, Bit of hum, right? A little bit of hum. That's interesting. Hope you're doing good. I'm from non-technical background, want to switch for a technical job between Salesforce and AWS. What is the best one to learn to get a job? I would just do a job search in your area. and see what the situation is. I don't know, I haven't looked at those two opportunities. Just look at the area and also do a little research about what the jobs are like, see if you like them. So do a job search first, and then see the availability, what they're looking for, the salaries, etc. And then maybe dabble, spend a week or two on AWS, spend a week or two on Salesforce, and see what you prefer. I'm learning Ruby and loving it. That's cool, man. What do you think about Python game development and Pygame library? I've only dabbled with Pygame, so I don't have much to say about that. I've heard that some major games have been built with Python, so you may want to take a look at that. Dark mode or light mode? Hello, Lalo Garcia. Hello, I'm a developer from Mexico. What can I make the fastest revenue? Websites or mobile games? I made zero from both. Websites. Websites are a much greater opportunity. I don't know if you want to develop websites or you just want to create a website that generates revenue. I'm not sure about that. I'm assuming you want to build these things to generate revenue in terms of selling your skills. Hi, good day to you. What do you think about Python game development? I read that one. I'm trying to start getting in web dev. What should I learn? And please tell me the RAD map. Rapid Application Development Map. Well, I would suggest just go to my links below. You can see the things I offer. Of course, I'm biased. I happen to think my stuff is pretty good. Check out my Google reviews. Don't take my word for it. Just type in Studioweb.com, and you see all the Google reviews, see what people are saying about my material. And that's all you need to know. What do you make of Flask? I've only looked at it briefly, so I don't have a strong opinion. Klaas says, I'm frustrated, laugh aloud. Is MERN Stack or Laravel a better option? You know, I haven't, it's like I lean towards PHP Laravel, but I'm biased there. I think you can produce good solutions, good code in both. So again, like I said before, I hear a low-end phono sound. Maybe your dishwasher is working. No, it could be feedback. That's again, I haven't used this mic in a while. I'm gonna have to test. Ivan still become web developer at 40, right? Sure, why not? Hello from Kurdistan. Oh wow. Welcome to the stream. What's your take on Ruby on 2021? I think that Ruby, there's opportunity there. I think it's going to become more of a niche language. There's still a strong following though, so I'm sure you'll be fine. How do you feel about getting a master's in CS as you're working in a full-time job? Is it worth it? I want to end up as a CTO somewhere, and a lot of them have a master's in CS and an MBA. Perhaps if you say that's required, I think people will get into those type of jobs, or they get them because of experience and more than anything else. So that's my take on that. It's weird I got the low pass. That's unusual. Thanks, great answer. Can I still become a web developer at 40? Yes, you can. So how many of you, let me know, are hearing a hum? Are you hearing a hum in the sound? Let me know, and I'll see if I can address that. I see a lot of complaining about how the only thing you have to do to have a good job is grind lead code all day. What's your opinion about that? Grind lead code. I don't. I'm not sure what lead code is. I think it's you just gotta write code, dude. I give a process. You can watch my previous videos. Once you learn your fundamentals, you should go out there and just build a few little projects. How are we doing here? How are we doing for time? All right, it's 25. Time flies. Hey, Stefan, where can I start learning web development? And when I do, when can I start up my own freelance? Well, again, I'm biased. Check below my video. You'll find links. I got different programs. Some as cheap as $30. Then I have my full mentoring program if you want to go my most advanced training and my most comprehensive training. With both, I've had people get jobs within a few months. yeah, and you can start freelancing right away. Do you think Linux workstation market share will be hit by Apple M1 chips? I don't think so. I would imagine the Linux buyer is a different type of person than the Mac M1 buyers. Do you know what is the dominant backend technology in the EU? If I had to guess, I would say it's .NET. This mic has a noticeable noise level, and I think makes your voice harder, more resonance of a speaker case, I think. Okay, so you guys are hearing a hum or are you hearing like a static? Let me know, I'm curious. When you want a job, just keep asking. Eventually you will get a mixture of self-learning and something that fits on you, so keep trying. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Yep. Mohammed Abdullah says, hey Stefan, I'm a self-taught developer. Good job. I wanted to start with C++ as my first programming language. I am not going to do CS, but I have a thing for C++. Do you think learning C++ can help you? Yeah, any new language that you learn will help you to understand programming in general. That being said, I would say look at the type of programming you want to do, because different types of programming will have different type of jobs. So C++ coders are doing a very different type of programming than, say, a JavaScript programmer. So yeah, but it will help. Hey bro, how old are you? 169, dude. America and South Korea here. Hey, cool, man. In having a good foundation, that will help. Awesome advice, Stefan. Cheers. No wonder. No worries. Thanks for joining the stream. What's the best thing to start learning? I'm 18. I want to learn something. Do my own. If you want to freelance, it's the web stack for sure. Learn the web. Let's see. Tuning in from Los Angeles. Tuning in from Saudi. Wow, but Boston. Mauritius, boom, Boston, Los Angeles, all right. South Africa, cool. All right, it's the Saudi, Mauritius, Arenas, yeah, tuning in. Good way to learn best practices when using new frameworks. By using new frameworks. Frameworks in of themselves kind of force a best practice, right? In terms of how they structure things and so forth. So that's a good way to begin. Yeah, I'm just curious about the sound. How do you deal with never-ending projects? Good documentations and contracts. You got to have contracts in place. You should take my freelance course. It teaches you how to manage projects. It's about managing expectations, client expectations, etc. Excuse me. Besides the famous bug tracker, what other projects are good as a portfolio pieces within C# and .NET Core frameworks? Well, that I could not say. I would say real-world projects. Stefan, as a fresh grad, is 30,000 yearly at all logical CS graduate. Depends where you are in the world, you know. In some places that would be high, in some places it would be very low. What's up from a traffic jam in Baltimore? Oh, I'm glad I can entertain you a little bit in that jam. Hey, from Rojava, love your content, Stef. Chayar A. Well, thanks for joining the stream, dude. I'm glad you like them. Do you think Django will still be good in 2021? 100%. You'll be fine. Here we go. Albin says, hey Stefan, what are your thoughts on CSS frameworks like Bootstrap, for example? Are they worth it? I would learn the basics of Bootstrap, just to learn the grid system. Like spend half an hour on it. That's it. And you'll see that it will make layouts really easy in web development and design as an alternative. It's an alternative to using CSS Grid, Flexbox, CSS tables directly. And of course the old float system. Hey Steph, how's that low carb diet going for you? I've been off and on it recently because my low carb coach has been out of town. So I've been cheating, but it's always good. I highly recommend low-carb diets. What's your experience earning your first good money with programming? I should do a long vlog on that, my first gig as a developer. It always starts off a little bit slow, and then it goes on from there. Thanks for answering the question. It was an honor. No problem. I'm happy to answer. Thanks for answering my query. No worries. Okay, no. I'm still suffering uni. Okay, what else do we got here? So, guys, you can comment. Say the sound is clear. No hum here, no hum. There we go. I'm just curious. No hum, no hum. Okay, so maybe it's some people. Okay, static, yes, really. From Dundalk, Ireland. I've never heard of that. That's very cool. Where is that? Is that north, south? Is that close to Dublin? It sounds like it's raining. Hey, Christy, how are you? Malaysia, wow. Budapest. There you go. Hearing sound perfectly. Dealing with stress when debugging. Take slow, deep breaths and try to relax. Walk away a little bit. Debugging is going to be amongst the most frustrating part of programming. That's why you got to write clean, simple code. Hello from Morocco, the worst country in the galaxy. I hear you have nice beaches, though. It sounds like a guitar amp on idle. That type of hiss, but not bad at all. You should have settings like noise canceling, etc. That's weird. This mic is supposed to be pretty quiet. I have to check. Maybe it's a bad connection. Thanks for letting me know. I want to learn WordPress development, including REST API with Next.js. Are there any resources you can recommend for visual kinesthetic learner? That's interesting. For WordPress specifically, I couldn't say. You reckon it is possible to start working with a Raspberry Pi? What do you mean working with? Finding a job with Raspberry Pi? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. You know, yeah, it's hard to say. I will have to, okay. Brahim says, hello from Tunisia. I am a talented developer. I know the fundamentals. I am a fast learner, but sometimes I feel I am bad at programming when I look at other people's code. Any tips? Yeah, it's normal. Just keep writing. Just, write your own code and, try to write the best projects that you can write. Keep your code simple. If you see very complex code that's hard to understand, that to me is a criticism. I would look at their code as being substandard. Code should be really easy to understand. So don't worry about it, man. You can't know everything as well. Another thing you'll find people online who go, okay, let me show you this, and you're like, oh my God, they're so fast. But that's because they've been doing it for a long time. If you stick to, let's say you're writing iOS apps with Swift, and you see somebody who's very experienced at writing Swift, you see they'll be able to put together their boilerplate Swift code super quickly, because they've been doing it for a while. And at first for you'll be like, how am I doing this? It's just because it's just practice. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. Got an interview tomorrow. Junior Python backend developer. Any advice? Yeah, stay calm. Dress well, take a shower. It's tomorrow, so I assume that you know what you're doing. I hope, read up about the company, see what they're doing. If they gave you any hint or they told you what kind of specific Python work they're doing, bone up in that particular area, and that will go a long way for you. Just join. Would you say C#.net has great job prospects? Yes, I would. It's a good environment to be in. Hey, Stefan, I'm building a small social media for my portfolio implementing CRUD. Is that a good project for my portfolio? PHP, JS, SQL being used. Yeah, that's a good start, man. Build it. You got this, Chemo. I'm coming to the US. Morocco isn't a good country to live in. Oh, all right. Yeah. Well, Good luck on your travels, dude. U.S. is a good place. How do you feel about blockchain? Any thoughts or insider tips on this niche? Have any idea what Solidity or C++ for blockchain is like? No, I'm not a blockchain coder, so I can't provide insider tips. But I've been, we're starting to see blockchain being implemented, like for example, with what do they call it? With NFT, non-fungible tokens. That's becoming an actual marketplace. So we're now seeing an interesting blockchain implementation. So it's a good niche to get into for sure. Yeah, I know it's static. I am describing it like rain because I live in Hawaii. Yeah, I figured that much. SJ says, intermittent fasting is awesome. 6-pack, no flex. That's good. No hum or static. I bet you the people who don't hear hum or static, they are on normal speakers, and the people who are hearing hum or static might be wearing headphones. That's what I'm guessing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try something very quick. Hold on. All right. So tell me if you guys can hear any static now. I disconnected one of the mics here. We'll see what happens. And we'll take it from there. It could have been this mic. Yeah. All right. How are we doing for time? Okay, 39 minutes. Well, hi again. Is switching between technology good or stuck with one tech is better? Well, if you know, pivot based on the needs, your particular needs, you know. Sounds like background hiss. Miles north of Dublin. Okay, 2 miles north of Dublin. Okay, that's cool. So yeah, let me know now if this mic is now, if it's you're still hearing the hiss. Those who heard the hiss, do you still hear the hiss? Yes, of course, using my DJ voice, Manchester. Sounds like an S at background, a little opaque, very different from the previous one. Yeah, it's a different mic altogether. 15 miles north of Dublin. Okay. Is it necessary to learn algorithm, data structures, and stuff to be really good at front-end developer? Not at all. Not at all. One tip to overcome oblivion. Digitize yourself. You got to digitize yourself. We got to hope they have a afterlife blockchain that you can upload yourself to. Greetings from Portugal. If you start today, would you learn to build websites in PHP or Node.js? I would look at the job opportunities. If I was looking to work for somebody, I would look at the type of project I was trying to build. If I was going to build my own business, my own SaaS, and I would make my choice based on that. Will Studioweb get an update? ES6 changed a few things with JavaScript. I am going to be adding an ES6 chapter to the JavaScript course, which everybody will get fairly soon. But if you do my JavaScript course, you can learn ES6 pretty easily on your own. I meant to start developing with Raspberry Pi. My apologies. Yeah, you can learn development with Raspberry Pi. I think they're writing everything in C there. It's a good way. If that's interesting to you, then pick it up, dude. Isn't it necessary to learn how? Okay, we got that. Save to Brazil. What's your opinion on Upwork? Is it a good idea to invest on it by charging low in order to get reviews? You could start that, see how it goes. I know some people can do well with it. I don't do that, personally, because I'm not a freelancer anymore. But it's something to do. And worst case scenario, you do a few projects, you get some reviews, and then you can use that to leverage into other areas as well. Stefan, you should make a quick live app that reads the chat and puts a dot on a map of all the audience. It's impressive that you got such an international fan base. I think there's an implementation for that, but I would have to check. Hi from Denmark. Okay, let's see. Good vibes, good vibes. how do you feel about the term creative coding? It's a rebranding of something that's been around for a while. Spoke with a programmer. He told me it's not so much a portfolio that you have, but more if you can get the job done. Is this true? Well, a portfolio presumably is reflective of your ability to get the job done. All the portfolio is, it just shows people that this is what you've done. Otherwise, you know, a lot of people say a lot of things. I can do this, I can do that, but how do you know they can't, right? But at the end of the day, he is correct. At the end of the day, all that matters is if you can get the job done. But the portfolio is just a way of showing that. It's one way. Hello from Finland. Now there's a hiss like AM radio. Really? Static is good when used in the right place. Is it possible to get a junior job in Canada with just bachelor's degree as a foreigner? I would imagine so. That must be what it is. It's my family in Kiev. Okay, let's go on. How are we doing for time? Okay, 44 minutes. All right. I'm going to have to cut this down. I'm trying to limit each live stream and try to do them more often. Well, a lot of questions. I'll answer one or two more questions. I have to go. Are tech interviews still on whiteboard, or is it more of an assignment type to do on your own? I think it depends on the company, you know. What is the last thing that clicked for you in programming that you remember? Today, testing React components just did it for me. Hello from Greece. What do you mean clicked? What do you mean, Geo? What do you mean by clicked? I mean, it excited me, or... Okay, just something I finally understood. Oh, jeez, I don't know. I think maybe the last, in a technical way, was AI development, where I realized that you built your AI, and then the AI improved itself and adapted itself according to the circumstance, rather than coding and controlling every step of the way. I think that was the thing that sort of surprised me, I suppose. Hello from Slovakia. Why is Ruby popular and well paid in North America? Because that's where it grew up fast, you know. All right. Which is better at early stages of the projects? Slow, well-written code, or ugly, fast code? You want to get your code out quick. You want to get your app out quickly as possible so you can start getting feedback from people. Finally got the proper understanding. Yeah, you know, in a non-technical sense, I suppose, was its understanding what the aim of AI was. I know it seems simple now to me, but it was weird. I was so used to traditional development. But it took me a few minutes to get my head wrapped around that concept. If you could turn back time, what would you change about the way you were learning to code? I would start writing code more quickly. I sort of got caught up in trying to understand concepts by reading and taking notes, but not strangely, I was about to say strangely, but not strangely, the concepts become much more quickly understood if you write code. That's why my Studioweb courses are designed where you're watching videos, writing code, watching videos, you know. So there's a lot of back and forth between taking in a concept and expressing the concept in code. So write code more quickly. What programming language is required to make such a nice haircut? I think it's C. To do my buzzer. Could you do channels non-related to coding? I have a channel on business and finance, which I've been doing longer than coding. I don't get around to putting out content on there so often. But yeah, I do have one. You can just find it. You go to my YouTube, check out my channels. I have one there. There's a bunch of videos up there now. I plan on putting more. All right, so thanks for joining. If you like this stream, please give me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Let me know last comment. You got to rush a comment here because I'm going to be wrapping this up. We're closing on 50 minutes. Do you guys, if you heard the hum, or is the hum greater or lesser now? I'm just curious. It could be this mic. It could be my connection. I have to check. I don't know. So let me know in the last comments. And with that, we're going to go to the ASMR, I suppose. Guess not. What's the guess not? How's the Rust landscape? How's the Rust job landscape looking in 2021? Any better? I couldn't say, but you know what? I'll do a video where I'll look into that at one point. I couldn't say though. Haven't looked. All right. So do a stream on box int. Could you elaborate on the meaning of the 169-year-old developer? It's just a hiss. It's greater hiss now. How long do you have? So it's this mic. All right. Do a stream on boxing. Yeah, I could teach some basic boxing. How long have you been coding? I started coding in 1994. So that tells you. Greater hissing. Okay, so it's this mic. That's interesting. I'm going to have to do some tests on that. This is not a cheap mic. Of course, I've had it for a long time. Super chat. Closing tip. All right. I appreciate the tip. All right, coffee on Vigs. I appreciate it, man. Good name there. Are we live? We are live, but we're about to go to ASMR now. All programs are based on C programs, so why learn others? Because most software is not written in C. Most software is written in other languages. It's not a dig on C++, but it just has... the hum is gone if you watch on TV, but with headphones, it sounds like static. All right, I'm going to have to do some tests on that. No hiss on my side. Audio is good. All right, I appreciate it. Should I just use Flutter for app development since it takes care of Android and iPhone? I lean towards cross-platform solutions like Flutter, Xamarin, PWA even, before I would go native. That's just me, though. All right. I appreciate that. That's it. Have you taken on a project that you could not finish? If so, how did you handle the customer? Oh, I never had that situation. But if you find yourself finding overloaded, work that much harder. Maybe try to get in somebody who can help you over the hump, technically. See if you can hire somebody in. What would you hold on? What would you recommend someone looking to get into data science? Talk to you. No hiss either. Okay, I don't have an answer for that because I haven't gone into data science. What do you think of Brad Traversy Media? It's hissing, so we got some hissing going on. Okay. I talked to him. He seems like a cool dude. I don't have it. Seems like a cool dude. I know he's very active on the webs. So good things to say about Brad. Would you prefer learning many languages so as to fit into many companies, or learn one and master it for specific companies? What you're going to find in your career, you're going to be pivoting from language to language depending on circumstances. Okay, last couple of questions, dudes, and I got to go. Can you become comfortable and job ready in 8 months learning JS if you learn HTML and CSS before? You can become comfortable and job ready within a few months if you want. 8 months is more than enough time. You can do it in a few months. I'm a web developer. Should I also enhance my skill with mobile app development? Only if you feel you want to get into a mobile app development and whether you see there's job opportunities for you there. All right, guys, 50 minutes. I got to go. Thanks for watching the stream. If you do like the stream, give me a thumbs up. If you love my haircut, give me a thumbs up. If you hate my haircut, give me 2 thumbs down. White noise and static in the background. Okay. Thanks, Fadi. I will look into it. So we'll definitely have noise. We're going to figure out why this mic's giving me noise. All right. Cheers, guys. Here's the ASMR for you. Fantastic.